Hey, this is Bill McRae. We're like 2 minutes early. This is all new technology to me, so um, I expect things to go kaflooey on us. We'll see what happens. I'm using a service called Restream, and I'm currently streaming this out to a brand new YouTube channel that's just for AI Weekly Live. My Facebook profile, which I won't do next week. I'll scroll it out to another uh, Facebook page instead of bothering all my friends and family with this stuff. I'm going to send it to people that go to one of my business pages and a couple of my groups, and I'm also sending it to LinkedIn right now. So this is very much an experiment, and we'll find out how well it goes, and then we'll expand and improve upon things each and every week as we go forward. So it's almost 1 o'clock. And as you're going to find out, um, I'm a very comfortable person. I do not have a lot of vanity at all. I'm dressed as warm as I can because right now in Texas, I don't know, it was 14 degrees this morning in San Antonio. That's cold for Texans. I moved here from California. Not My wife and I got married, and one of the conditions to our marriage was that we moved. And I was ready for that change after having lived in California for 40 years. So we decided to make this our new home, and we moved out in 2016. About 3 months after our wedding, we moved out, and we found a little rental over in a city called Selma. And we lived there for 9 months as she found a job. I got busy doing other things. And then we ultimately wanted to buy a home. And we bought the home that I'm in now. And because I've been making money online or at home, self employed for, I don't know, forever, um, I have an office in the house, which recently remodeled. Just my office because I got a bunch of stuff when my dad passed away, a bunch of pictures, paintings, photographs, and stuff that has sentimental value to me. Portraits of mom and dad, all that stuff. If you're following my Facebook page, you probably have seen some of it. So I've remodeled my office, and it looks amazing. It's a very comfortable place to work, except it's cold. That will change very quickly, and it won't be so cold come June. But we'll be talking about cooler weather come then. The good news is we have solar panels, and so we can kick the air conditioner on and not spend a lot of money. But when we heat, it costs money because we use a gas heater, and I could plug in an electric heater under my desk, but I'm not going to. So, what we're here to do today is to talk about artificial intelligence, and we'll just call it AI for now. What it is, what's changing, what's going to happen, and just kind of give everybody a better understanding of what it really is. It all started as AI was Chat GPT, and it's so much more than that, and it's so much more ubiquitous than that. I did a little preparation for you. My business is Microsoft AI Solutions. It used to be Microsoft Solutions, but we're actually developing AI apps right now. And how I do this is I used to have an office in La Mesa, California, and I had programmers working, and it was so expensive, I couldn't afford it. And then it was during Obama's presidency, and suddenly some changes in merchanting happened to where software from a small company like us was considered high risk. So the cost for us to process an order went up. And at the same time, there's this lovely little thing called Obamacare. So health insurance, which is costing $250 a month for an employee, suddenly went to $900, $1,200, $1,300 a month. And, our revenue wasn't enough to justify that. So I laid everybody off. I started a business in India with a friend of mine, and he runs all the software programming over there. And we've been doing that since about 2011. We opened the office in La Mesa in 2000. No, I suppose 2012. I shut the office down, opened it up in 2008, and now all of our programming is done in India. So there's very little for me to do here other than come up with ideas, sell it, which isn't as easy as you may think, and to actually make it easy for people to use, promote it. AI really came on the scene a little over a year ago, and it's suddenly everyone go, oh, AI this, AI that, not really understanding what it is. So we want to clarify some of that today. And I put a little presentation, and we're going to go look at some things on the screen. And it's my first time using this software. I trust my microphone is fine. I trust people can hear me. All that is fine. A lot of the applications that people are watching at will allow you to leave a comment or ask a question. If I see them, I'll respond. Probably today, I'm just going to be happy to not kill the presentation by making a mistake with the software. So I'm going to slide over to the presentation that I have. Isn't that cool? So we have me in the corner here now, and the psychedelic thing going around. It's kind of trippy. I could change that. I don't know. As I get feedback, I'll adjust things. And here I got my PowerPoint presentation. It's very short because I'd rather show you stuff so you can see how it works. And the point of this is to A, demystify it, and B, make you be in control of how it impacts your life. Okay, so this is our first one. We're going to go to the first slide. What is AI? It's actually a number of different entities, applications, algorithms, stuff like that working together. AI has natural language processing. It's a big part of it. It's got machine learning, something called deep learning, which is really where it has the potential to make deductive reasoning, conscious choices for people. And what most people are working with or think about are what we call large language models. The large language models would be content systems. And that's kind of what most people think is Chat GPT, but it's so much more than that. So how AI works, it's an algorithm, it's a program. And it uses those algorithms to actually train models. The models are the actual programs that are going to run the other programs. So there's software training software. So it can perform tasks and construct forecasts without any specific programming. But let's get down to how this actually works. Step one, and this is maybe something that I would consider one of the more scary aspects of AI, is data collection. It has to have a source of information. You can't make anything up. So that data collection is pretty omnipresent. Everything that is information gets digitized, and it's available. what happens is, just like Google has their little Google bot that's crawling around indexing things and making up ranks and uh, determining who gets to see what. Uh, all these AI programs got their own data bots, and I've launched some bots to help support things in our business, and they just literally crawl bit by bit by bit by bit across any and all data online. Now, what is it? This would be like pictures, anything you write on a website, audio, video, any other format. AI picks up all that stuff, including your emails. If it's digital and online, there is a bot crawling it and doing something with it. There's no such thing as privacy. So that scares you. Just don't ever touch a phone. You can't escape it now. It's absolutely everywhere. So before the data can be used for training, it needs to be processed and cleaned up, removed noise. You deal with people who have large database programs. We did some large database stuff, I don't know, 10 years ago. And you got like this massive, literally cloud. And in this case, it's the world. And you got to be able to go through there and get rid of the noise. Okay. So you got to pull out the pictures of my chair squeaking or whatever. There's just a lot of stuff, a very large percentage that is nonsensical and can't be dealt with. So you got to clean that up, organize it, and be able to find the hooks where you could pull meaningful content or meaningful data out of that. The next step is to go into model training. These are the various programs like the machine learning you've heard of and the deep learning AI that train the models. This is training. This is the computer training the models based on the data. In this process, the model learns all about patterns and relationships in the data. So you can see this connects to this through this, and it can kind of come up with if an environment is going on where this and this exists and this comes along, it's going to connect. So it can make predictions, complicated predictions. You will see all sorts of wild claims. Use my AI bot and it will trade your stock or your Bitcoin and you'll become a billionaire. I don't know. I haven't made any money on anything like that. So I just don't participate. And unless you're really up on trading stocks or cryptocurrencies, then you can kind of see what these tools are doing. But predictions are important. And there's a lot of tools right now. Some of them are quite well established and work. Some of them are fantasies and don't work that you can buy to help you trade stocks, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and the like. So just beware. There's a lot of scams too. And if it sounds like you're going to click two things and get rich, you're not. Okay, those are usually scams. After the train model is trained, it is tested on new data. So you use all this data to create a model. Then you bring in new data and you evaluate its performance. And this helps ensure the AI system can generalize well using new unseen data because there's, I don't know, 6 billion, 8 billion people. A very high percentage of us have access to digital data. We all have phones, mices, computers, pads, all that stuff. And even if we don't, the world outside is listening in. Okay. You know where a lot of data comes from? We'll get into that in a few minutes. It's kind of shocking. And so after the testing part, You need to deploy the model, and it's developed in real world applications where it can perform tasks really by itself, autonomously, and assist humans in making decisions. Uh, like when you go to your doctor's office and they're trying to do a diagnosis, AI is really involved in that process because they'll look at your blood work. I just had it done myself. They'll look at I'm a diabetic, so I go in every 4 months to get my blood work looked at. They look at your blood work, your cholesterol, your, your vitamin D level, all this stuff, and they could predict what your longevity is. And if it's not what you want, you'll make recommendations and change your health protocol so that you can prolong your life or the quality of your life. This is all AI being done. This is the same system. Some AI systems are designed to continuously learn from new data, which allows it to improve and adapt and change over time. I mean, that's pretty much expected. There are a lot of data systems out there. We think of ChatGPT, which we'll look at here in a few minutes, is actually an app pulling from OpenAI. OpenAI is the brain. That's everything else. The app does the asking the brain, a question, the brain responds, and then the app has to turn that into something that is sensical for the user. There is a lot of AI applications out there. This is just a very small amount. Some of these are actual AI competitives to OpenAI. Some of these are apps. The important thing to understand is like Google Cloud, Bing, which is Microsoft, IBM Watson, Amazon, GitHub, Anthropic, Jasper, Vertex. There's a lot of AI programs floating around out there, accumulating data and managing output of content from that stream, from that live stream. So there's a lot going on beyond ChatGPT. Now, we're talking about collecting data, and I said there's 6 billion people, and there's a lot of data. Everything in your life can be broken down into a series of zeros and ones because we are essentially, life is essentially a digital existence. When you break it down to its most primordial basis on a DNA basis, there's an equation, an algorithm, and it's all digital. God designed this intelligently. It didn't happen by accident. Things don't have symmetry and perfect. But let me get talking about where AI is being used in everyday life. Google search. Well, that kind of makes sense. It knows what you're looking for when you run a search. And sometimes it pulls up stuff you're like, well, how did it know that? And there's things like Google Home. It's a little circle device, looks like Alexa. It hears you. You plug it in, and you can say, hey, play me some Kansas music, which is my favorite band. And it will start playing, Dust in the Wind, Carry On, whatever it's on. Something will start playing that music. Oh, isn't this nice? It heard you. Same thing with Alexa. And we, with Alexa, we'll be, Alexa, add onion soup mix to the shopping list. It's listening to you all the time. So is Google Home. So Amazon pretty well knows what you're thinking about. And it doesn't only listen to you when you say, hey, Alexa, it's listening all the time. It's listening constantly. and it's picking up data. It's picking up content that goes into the world of data, which then can get worked on by AI. Now, they can do all sorts of incredible things with that data, but your data is online, guarantee you. Uh, Facebook, you go there. Facebook is following what you do. They know what pages you go to. They know who you socialize with. They know whether you like to golf or whether you're chasing around with women, or, they know everything you're doing because, like idiots, and I'm one of them, we share too much information on Facebook or Twitter or X. I mean, and other social media sites where we play games, gaming. That's all data. And when I said AI is a massive data file that gets pulled together to do cognitive reasoning and recommendations. So Facebook's another source. The phone. Have you ever said, boy, I really want to know blah, and Siri pops up and says, I'm sorry, I don't have a solution for you. You're not asking Siri to do it. It just does. Sorry, Siri. It's data. Zeros and ones. A bajillion of them. Traveling over the electrical waves and at the speed of light. Billions of pieces of data going into the cloud. And so you have a never-ending cloud of data that if somebody can get their hands around it and figure it out, they can reason what's going on and be able to make recommendations, help you through your life, write content. But data is everywhere. Now, one of the big questions is when we get into things like large language programs, if you use ChatGPT to write a quote or an article for you for something you're working on, or heaven forbids, a school paper or a legal brief, it's pulling other people's data. And we already see New York Times suing OpenAI for using their copyrighted content. You could just forget about it. There's no way AI is going to happen. And you may not want it to, but it's going to happen. And if it's done here in the States, United States, you're going to be way better off because at least there's some ethics and there's no, well, I'm going to rephrase it. There's fewer opportunities for it to be used nefariously. Honestly, there's going to be bad characters in everything you do. So you got all this data. Okay. What do they do with it? Well, I already told you about the doctor's office. You go in there, they're able to put together pretty much a roadmap and tell you what the likelihood is for you to live another 20 years. Given your current state of health, knowing everything there is to know about you, because you're not hiding, no matter what you do, you are not hiding. Okay? So then you go to use your phone, right? And you need to go to someone's house. You have never been there. And you pull up Google Maps. What's kind of interesting that you could be searching for something on Google or using voice search. And when you go to Maps, the thing you were searching for is already there. Or the thing you were looking for in your voice is already there. Or if you are doing something else and it hears you, basically the map is already saying, do you want to go to this location? Well, it's all kind of cool because you don't have to do a whole lot of work looking things up, but this is data and this is intelligence kind of pulling this stuff together to make your life a little bit more easier to do. So another thing that all this data is doing is supplying um, information to political campaigns, both sides, all sides, and it's designing messaging and communications uh, to attract um, an audience, and that audience, they'll be able to know how these people are going to behave based on the data in the system. So it's being used very heavily by countries that have strong centralized government, communist countries, socialist countries. They want to know what people are doing and control people. This has got the potential to control people. I mean, and at least be able to predict who's going to win an election, what language or what communication works. This is why Facebook was able to uh, skew the content shared so that their particular candidate was shown in the best light. Same with Google, same with Twitter, which is now X. These were all done uh, by using AI. Now, AI has been around uh, since Google. I mean, it's getting better, but it's been around a long time because really artificial intelligence is just our interpretation of database management done at a very high level. It is just an amazing thing to me because I like this stuff and I see an opportunity to make money on it. And that's what I'm trying to do. But I'm not trying to sell you anything right now. I'm just teaching people so that they can kind of go through the world understanding life a little bit better so they're not caught off guard. Okay, so now I'm going to share a screen. So this is the first time I've used one of these buttons. And here it is, share. I want to make sure. Yeah, it worked. This is Chat GPT. Now mine looks a little different than yours probably does. I use a plugin called AI PRM, and it cost me $20 a month. It's artificial intelligence powered response manager. What AI PRM means, and it just gives you a bunch of prompts. They're coming out of the sales program, and I will probably be selling it. So I can come in here and go a sales letter, and click on it, product description, features, and brand, and we'll write a sales letter. And it's not great. It's not going to sell particularly well, but I can do that. I can come in here and say articles. I want a human handwritten article, and I'm using ChatGPT 4. And then here, to get that article, you just type in some keywords down here. And, let's say book. Write a complete book in one click. It takes more than one click, but a lot of books can be done there. So there's all these, what we call prompts, already loaded in here. And it's just a matter of me searching to find them. Now they have public and they got AR. Public it's really anybody's prompts. If I come over here to ARPM, these are the ones they've prepared. Now, what can you do with this? You can literally come into ChatGPT and write an article, do a briefing, whatever sort of activity you want to do. And it will create an output for you. And I'm going to just pick one of my outputs. This is something I had it write for me a little while ago. I was working on a podcast outline, AI tools for online marketers. and it wrote out all this stuff. Now, I'm not an AI, and they do have talking head AIs. And I do use an AI for my YouTube videos because I can't, my voice is a little, I struggle talking. I can talk plenty, but I do struggle talking because of my voice. It's just not as good as it used to be. Um, so you can write articles. You can write a here's another one: artificial intelligence, AI application. What's machine learning? If you get into here and you start asking, you know, can I ask you a question? You can literally have a conversation with the AI and it will respond back to you. But you'll ask it, what do you think about God? And we'll say, well, I'm an AI. I don't have spiritual feelings. Um, Now, you can ask them to quote a Bible verse about um, uh, premarital sex, and it will go out and find Bible verses and share them with you. And it's just finding data and displaying the data with you. Um, but it's not inventing anything, it's using the data to come up with a really high quality response. So, how do I use this? Well, there's all this stuff, and I use it constantly for different things. But what I want to be able to do is help people solve problems. So I said all this AI comes from a company called OpenAI. And that's this domain, openai.com. This is the brains. ChatGPT, you see right here, is a front end to OpenAI. OpenAI is an AI research and development company, and it's really the heart and soul of what people call AI. But you already saw there are just literally dozens of other companies with their own AI applications that they're working on right now. You've got Microsoft, you've got IBM, you've got Apple. So it's a lot more than OpenAI. But this is actually the brains behind ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just a application put in front of the data source to serve data out to their clients. And it's ChatGPT is a wide open platform where you can ask it to do bunches of different of things. But there's also programs that do graphics, Midjourney and DALI, and there are applications that do recommendations for doctors. Just all those things are pulling from databases or their own AIs to do their jobs. Okay, OpenAI is the key player in the market right now. So my question was, okay, I have built plugins and applications for WordPress for the last 13, 14 years, since 2008, 15 years. Wow, it's hard to believe. And it's treated me very well, but it's kind of like 15 years ago technology now. So how do I pull AI into that and create applications that people can use so that they don't have to go to ChatGPT and type things in? So I came up with a program, and we programmed it, called AI Content Poster, which is a blogging system. Okay, let me pull up another domain over here. Look at my personal. No, that's not the one I want. I'm going to go to aicontentposter.com. Excuse me. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing this now. Okay, this is a proving site. This is where we prove out our application. You come over here to blogs, you can see there's tons of blog posts. Okay, any one of these blog posts you read was written by our AI. Any of these pictures you see were created by our AI. Now, we use DALI. This little robot over here, he pops up, says, hello. What is DALI? You can ask it questions. It's going to connect to OpenAI and give you a response. Because you probably don't want to make, okay, DALI is a generative model developed by OpenAI. It's different than Midjourney. Midjourney gives you much better graphics than OpenAI. So this little chat box here is another one of my applications, as well as the application that created primarily, we're going to call them like artwork that is unique, very totally unique, and it's never like fine art. With Midjourney, you can get some fine art, but it's unique, and unique images always give you the best results in terms of search engine optimization, which is still an important thing to be concerned about. Now I'm going to hopefully log into this website. There we go. And show you how the content system works. You go over to AI content poster, and it's just an application that you go step by step through it, and you can write an article. So let's say I want to write, what is OpenAI versus Apple AI? What is the difference? Okay, so I got my question I want to ask. I want it to be in English. I want it to be a premium with FAQ type of, and I'm going to go step 2. Now, what's going to do, it's going to go out and come up with several titles based upon that prompt you give it. It's all prompt based. So what our application does is it goes through and it builds your content based on input you have. So here you got article unveiling the AI battle, 5 key difference between OpenAI and Apple's AI. So let's say I want to pick all these different potentials. I'm just going to pick the first one. Click and check mark, and then I'm going to click next. So it's going to go out and it's going to go to OpenAI and it's going to write the best article that it can write based on that title and the keyword we faced when we said about the blog. So this takes some time, and assuming that our website's running fine, and I've had problems with it, it's going to go to AI content poster.ai. Okay, it's going to go from there out to OpenAI. OpenAI is going to see it. It's going to stream the data back to us. Then it's our job to turn that into something that's usable. So here's the article I went out and did. Oh, it looks pretty good. So I'm going to post it as a draft. So I got it posted as a draft. Wow. Here you can come up and see everything in this post. It's really well written. Okay, this is comparing Apple AI versus OpenAI. Great. So whoops, sorry. What we want to do next is put a unique image to it. So I'm going to select the AI content poster. I'm going to come down here to set feature image. And I'm going to just say, just going to copy this because I want the image to have some semblance of relativity uh, to what's going on. So I got the AI image bot. I just paste in those keywords. Now, if you're looking for Rembrandt, you're not going to get it. You're going to get kind of abstract art most of the time, but it does come back with some decent things from time to time. And Dolly is the AI open AI's version of graphics. So here we go. This is the graphics that created these specifically for us. I like this one. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to set that as a featured image. So now I don't have to go out and I didn't have to buy an article writer. I didn't have to write it myself. I didn't even have to know anything about AI to get that article. And you probably ought to read it and make sure it's okay. I'm just going to publish. I'm going to publish it right now. Usually when you publish an article, you schedule it out. I have a virtual assistant who handles all of these posts for me. And she's been working with me for about a year. Great gal. I told her what to do, how to do it, trained her on how to use the application. So it's none. So if we go view post, there's the content right there. There's our picture. There's our article. If you monetize with AdSense, you're going to be happy. AdSense is tough, or you can just put links to anything you want. This is a proving site. I use this site just to kind of prove out what's going on. So now if I go over to blog, it lists this blog post right here. And there's a bunch of other content scheduled. Or if you come in here and you go to dashboard and you come down to planner, you can see all the articles that are scheduled out through the end of the month. So my VA will probably come and schedule out a bunch more coming in the next 2 weeks. So she keeps a couple weeks at a time. So this is how AI is used for blogging. Now, you could just go to ChatGPT and do that. Yeah, it's true. You can. This is all right inside the blog. And you get the engagement bot right here. It's all, and I give this all away for free. Well, it's for free until you use up 10,000 words. And then you got to start buying for, packages of words for $9 a month. And, and it will produce a month's worth of content for $9. Very good articles. Is this cheating? No, you tell me. I'm writing blog content on 4 different blogs. We've written about 5 million words. So there's a lot of data we're putting out, and it's all pretty good content. I make money off of AdSense, not at this website because this is my proving site. So I actually use it to make sure. Now, why is there no image? Well, we had a problem with our image bot, which we just fixed. So I'm very happy to see that. Things break down, stuff happens. So this is why I built the AI. Now, think about it. I did some research the other day. There are 380 million WordPress sites in the world. It's a pretty big number. Okay, for me, in my business and my people, $9 a month, about 100,000 people using the system. Well, it's $900,000 a month, or about $11 million in revenue. That's pretty good for a team of 60 people. Okay, so we got a long ways to go. We're nowhere near that, but we're growing. Let me show you another application. Twitter which is now X. Okay. Uh, Twitter is now X. Let's make sure that's showing. Good. Uh, I only got interested in doing work again with Twitter after Elon Musk bought it. And there's a lot of stuff I don't like about Twitter. There's a lot of nasty comments and political talk. And yeah, I get roped into it from time to time just because I see something and I want to respond. Okay, so, uh, but yeah, Twitter is now a big part of our business. We have our own, what we call our Twitter bot. And let me show it to you because it's pretty cool. Come in the Twitter bot. You have to connect. Again, it's free for the basic account. Authorize the app, and it's going to connect to your Twitter account, but it's going to give you this front end. And what you can do here is if you have a paid account, you can schedule post out. So what I'm doing is 7 days a week, like 10, 15 posts a day. And again, I just let my virtual assistant manage the post. I give her the keywords. I tell her the products. Here you can see my links. These are all the links that we promote, and you can see the amount of clicks that we generate from our Twitter account. It's substantial. This generates money for me. That's why I do it. Just using Twitter. And every one of these tweets on my account like this is done by my assistant and includes a link to my Twitter bot system or one of my other applications. So it's powerful for selling, but you know what else it does is it gets that brand. I got to resize that image, don't I? Gets that brand notice. You see here some promotional work I did for today. I don't have a huge following yet on Twitter, but it's growing. I think I'm right around 8,800. Yeah, 8,800 followers. So yeah, you don't get a ton of engagement, but with the consistency of action. I used to tweet here and tweet there, and I would be very not able to get much done with Twitter because it took too much time. But now, because of the AI Twitter bot, I just turn it all over to my assistant along with the keywords, and our system will allow you to put links. These are prepared links, and upload images, create Giphies, all sorts of things that will make your tweets look really cool. So let me show you how it works. I'm going to write a tweet about how AI is impacting daily lives. Okay, that's the seed keyword. So now I can either come in here and say, improve this, and my engagement bot comes up, and here's the tweet. Wow. Discover how AI, hash code, is revolutionizing daily life. Oh, emojis. Wow. And then I might say, you know what? That's a pretty good quote. I'm going to put a link to my AI content poster. Oh, it's a few too many words. Well, we can fix that. There we go. 280 characters. I can either schedule it, which if I schedule it, it just goes to the bottom. So this will be 6 p.m. Schedule that post. See, it just showed up. So I can look at it here, and then I can edit it, and I can say, you know, I really want this to go now. Select post now. I'm not sure what's going on there. Of course, it could be because we're running this Yeah, it's because we're running too many programs at the same time. See if this one works. Okay. I got all these windows. Yeah, you don't see all the windows because you're just seeing the one that I'm displaying. So what I would normally do is post that out there. Um, but there are limitations to your own individual computer. If you have 8 programs running and 15 different tabs that you're running, uh, you're not necessarily going to have a great experience with it. So that is to the applications. Well, remember when I said there were 380 million blogs? So give me 100,000 of those. Well, there's 380 million Twitter users. And this isn't for everybody. If somebody wants, you can use it for pretty much anything. You can certainly just use it to schedule your tweets. And it works. It's very consistent, very reliable. And all these tweets, well, that's us right now. All these tweets were done, scheduled, and put out. Okay. So I'm done sharing that for now. So what AI does is it takes this cloud of data that has been processed by OpenAI, and all the connections, the intricacies have been put together in such a way that you can query the database and it will provide a logical response to your query. And then you can use that response for whatever you want. Now, is OpenAI 100% accurate? No. There are lawyers that have used it to cite case law, and they didn't double check their work, and they got caught. They ended up losing their jobs over it. Kids using it to write college papers. You can use it if you're smart about it. Okay. There is a way to tell it to review something. I'm going to share screen again and go back to ChatGPT. So, edit. Okay. So if you got an email, it will edit it. Will review and rewrite. Okay. One of the best AI apps I've ever used was this program called Grammarly. Okay, and I've written several books with the fingers. I am maybe the world's worst typist. And if you really think about it, AI started way, way, way long time ago. I mean, autocorrect. Oh, you got spelling error. Or it will change your text. Grammarly, which is a wonderful program, is an AI program. It looks at your content and will recommend rewriting. It will say, hey, this is awkward. You've got, you're talking in passive voice. Guilty of doing that. And you can let it rewrite it for you. These are all AI applications that are in your life every day. And don't think you're hiding from the data snobs. If you got one of these, keyboard, iPad, all these wonderful tools we use to improve our life. Your content, your information is available to the cloud and to AI. So one of the big fears is that AI is going to become sentient and take over the world. The Terminator, which was 1981, I think. Oh, Terminator's coming. Personally, I don't think anybody has any motivation to do that. Will governments use it to create persuasive communication or to understand what their population wants or is willing to put up with? Yeah, all that's going to happen. Um, is it going to create billionaires? Yeah. I hope it creates a lot of billionaires because billionaires hire people. And when you get Donald Trump fighting against, some other billionaire for the best language guy or the best programmer or the best strategic planner, he offers him more money. And the other guy comes back. And you get this bidding war. These billionaires employ a lot of us. We need more billionaires, not fewer. Okay. So, tax the rich, yeah. Everybody should pay their fair share. We should live in a country that incentivizes people to become billionaires. AI will do that. Well, I'm not smart enough. Well, you are probably a lot smarter than you realize. If you can log in and type, there's so much you can do with ChatGPT. You can go in there and say, how do you kick heroin? It's going to tell you. Not going to do it for you, but it's going to tell you. So no, AI is going to enhance the quality of our lives. It's going to make us more productive, healthier, and more intelligent. Well, if it does all the thinking, that makes us less intelligent. No, because we're still driving. We're the guys that created AI, right? We're the gods of AI. Yeah. God created us. We created AI. AI cannot, I don't think it's going to take over things. Now, when you combine neurocomputing, like the quantum computing, with some of the new robotics and AI, can it emulate life? The answer is not right away. I have no idea where this is going to be 300 years from now. I think that the human body and the robotics and AI will come together. And maybe that's the way it's supposed to go. I don't know. I am a Christian and I like to think life is the way God lays it out, but I don't know what his plan is. I just see what we have right now in front of us and go, it's not going to destroy us. But as a society in the United States, or Canada, and free countries, we need to master it for the Chinese or the Ruskies or Russians or other people do. You're not going to stop it. We here in the States, we all may say, "Oh, we can't have this AI; it's evil." So what? You're talking. Your data is everywhere. You cannot hide for it. You cannot hide your data. And it's getting snorfed up by somebody. Would you rather have it be an open platform where there's transparency or the Chinese controlling it? They're going to be a big player in this market. And they want to be able to control people. So in my mind, the United States needs to be the force behind AI because there's at least a fighting chance it will be done for the right reason. So how's this going to go? Next week, I'm going to go through each week. I get a list of applications, programs, stuff that's available, things that you're probably not aware of. I'm going to do a demonstration of those products just to make you aware of what's out there. There's some really cool things. Like you'll be able to be a programmer. My programmers, they're safe because they're on the AI side of it. But if you're writing WordPress programs in PHP, You don't really have a big future uh, because you can use AI to do that more efficient with fewer errors and like zero cost. So a lot of things are going to change. It's going to revolutionize uh, so much of life. Okay, like this did. This started out. Somebody had a phone. Somebody had a Zune or MP3. Somebody had a digital camera. It all melded together. And then somebody said, boy, it'd be nice if we had a computer on this. There's more computer power on this phone than there was on the spaceship took the men to Mars or men to the moon. 1969 when I was 7 years old. Life goes quick. Okay, everybody. Appreciate you hanging in. This will be available as a replay. You can find it at aiweekly.com. And next week, we're going to pick a whole different topic. And we'll give this another run. Hopefully, you've learned something. And you'll come back and join in on another session. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much.